Hi guys, this is just a really quick tutorial on how to wrap your bouquets whenever you're going to be putting them in the mail to send them to me so I can frame them. So I'm just going to show you guys the best way to wrap your flowers so that they come in undamaged. First of all, it's best if you can send them the next day, whether you have your mom or a bridesmaid or someone else do that, but the sooner you send them, the better the flowers will be when I get them and the better they'll look once pressed. So I'm just going to start. I have this bouquet of flowers here, and if you need to trim the stems so they fit in your box better, you can go ahead and do that. I've already kind of cut these stems down a little bit so that they should be good. So you just may want to check with your box and make sure they'll fit in there, and if you need to, you may cut your stems down a little bit more. I'm going to start by taking a wet paper towel, and you will wrap the base of your stems in that wet paper towel, and this will just kind of keep the flowers watered while they're in the mail. And then after you wrap that, you're going to go ahead and take some plastic wrap. And just wrap that around the base of the flowers. Make sure you completely cover the paper towel in the plastic wrap so that the water from the paper towel doesn't leak out into your box and make it soggy. Okay, so it'll look like that. And then you're going to take some rubber bands. I have these little ones here. And you'll put one around the very top to kind of keep the paper towel inside the plastic wrap. If any paper towel is sticking out, you'll want to tug it back in. And secure your wrapping on there. And I kind of like to put one more down towards the bottom just to be safe. So it'll look like that. Then you're going to want to wrap your blooms in a piece of paper, or maybe you have some craft paper, or this is a piece of newsprint that I just tore out from a newsprint pad, but just a big piece of paper that you're going to wrap the flowers in to keep them from getting damaged in the shipping process. So I'm just going to lay them down like this and kind of wrap them. Tape it down, and then I'm just going to take these top corners and kind of fold them over. As you can see, I'm just folding them over the blooms just to kind of create, you don't want to smash them, so make sure they still have room to breathe, because you definitely don't want to smash them, but I'm just folding it to kind of create a little barrier around the flowers so they don't get smashed or hit when shipping. Take that down. Alright, so this is what your bouquet is going to look like. You may have more flowers, so it might be a little bit bigger, or maybe you need to do it into two pieces. That's fine, you can do that however. But this is kind of what you're going for. After that, you're going to take your box and you're going to go ahead and tape your ice pack in it. I would recommend using the bag ice packs if you have one. I used my last one when I was shipping a bouquet, and so this is what I have. But if you can find the bag ice packs, I would recommend those just because they're easier to tape in and a little bit bigger, so they'll keep things colder longer. So I'm just going to duct tape it into the side of the box. To keep it in place and keep it from moving around and damaging the flowers. So that's why we tape it in. put a piece of tape on all 4 sides. You really want to secure it in there because if this breaks loose and it starts flopping around, then it'll start hitting your flowers when they're shipping. So you really want it to stay in place. All right, let's see how you can see that. You see how it's taped in there? All right, after you have that taped in, take some bubble wrap. Or if you want to do like packing peanuts, those work too, but just kind of put some of that in the bottom. Kind of put it in there lightly. And then I'm going to lay my flowers in there, making sure that the blooms aren't going to be squished against the sides or anything like that. You also want to make sure that your blooms are going to be away from the ice pack, because if they're touching the ice pack and it starts to leak on them, it'll start to make them wilt. So you want to make sure they're away from the ice pack. So right now I have the stems next to the ice pack. And it's in there, and you want to make sure it's in there securely. And then you're just going to put some extra bubble wrap. I maybe need a little bit more stuff to put in there, so I'm just going to crumple up some more paper. And just lightly pack some bubble wrap, stuffing, packing peanuts, whatever you're using. Just lightly pack it in there. You don't want to smush it because then, again, you'll smush your flowers. So no smushing, but just kind of lightly pack it in there. Alright, so this is what you're looking at. The flowers are just lightly packed in there with everything else. And when you shake it, nothing's moving around. That's a good sign. And then you just close up your box and tape it shut. You'll take it to the post office and just ask for their express shipping that gets it there overnight as soon as possible. And then they'll send it on your way. For a box this size, it's pretty light, so it costs around $25 the last time I did it. Scissors. Alright, and then for just extra precaution, just in case if anything were to start leaking, I tape all the open edges. So you can see here, this has like an opening, and I don't want anything to like start leaking out or making the box soggy, so I just put that there to just make it a little bit more airtight. This also will keep the cold air in to keep the flowers fresh. And this works really well. I tried it out and they got to where I was sending them and were still in like great condition. So when they'll get to me, they'll be still very beautiful and ready to be pressed, and they'll just be really good. So again, I'm just doing this on all the open corners and edges to keep it really airtight. Alright, and there you go. That is how you'll package it. They'll print you out a shipping label, and that's that. Thanks for watching. I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions.